Hey, look! We're in Chicago!
Are you Korean?
No. Do I look Korean?
It's hard to say. You look vaguely ethnic?
Hi, Tall.
Hi.
How are you?
Just getting over the plague a little bit. A gap in recording, that kind of sucked.
Well, no, actually, it doesn't look like there's a gap at all because I just waited and released one a week. So it
Yeah.
looks like everything's fine. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows that I had the plague. Nobody
Well,
knows that you have built
said
up
it.
7 hours of YIIK content for us to watch together in the time
I don't
since.
think it's 7. I think it's 8.
You think it's a far more reasonable number, 8 over 7, nice and round.
Well, I mean, that means there's 4 sessions worth, so clearly we're just gonna go all fucking day.
Well, I mean,
That's
we
the
would be.
entire day of YIIK.
Well, I mean, we could have done that if you'd given me all of the videos, which you haven't.
Well, yeah, of course I did, because I knew it'd be fucking nightmarish.
Because you
Also
only
because-
occasionally want to put me through nightmarish odysseys.
Only occasionally. Okay, so we did actually get a single comment on the first video, and I feel like since I said we were gonna do this, we have to do this. So Elliot Morrison 7378 says, Alex's toxic incelish view of the opposite sex is one of the cores of the story, and it's what coloring his interactions with the NPCs in town. Fun playthrough, by the way. And thanks, Elliot. I'm
That's so
glad you
sweet.
enjoyed it. However, I'm going to say that while you're correct that it's definitely flavoring it, and you can argue that the entire story is being translated through Alex, and he's telling us what's happening, and as such, maybe he's inselling up all of these women's dialogue. I don't know. I don't think that makes it much better. I think it still makes it pretty cringe, especially with what we're about to see. So,
Oh,
beyond
boy,
that, we
what?
can...
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll hit the play button now. So 3, 2, 1, play. Also, this is the intro. I thought I'd let us actually look at it this time. I didn't initially notice that Michael's down here preparing to shoot Alex as he should.
The real protagonist.
And here's the camera. Mr. Sneaky Stand-Man.
What a good song.
I still don't know what Asuka is doing in this plot. I should be talking over this, but frankly, it's a lot better of an intro than that fucking bass one where they just have a thing that never comes up in a generic Soul Survivor. Well, that little da-na-na-na is playing.
Who are these
Then
fairies? This is starting to bother me.
I like the sad looking one.
What does the red one look like? Starfire.
You just think that about anyone that's orange. You said that about Donald Trump the other day.
I did not. He doesn't have the tits for it.
You don't know that. That suit covers a lot. So they all have their own little coffins, which I think is a small detail. It's kind of cute. Although, there's this one spooky one behind Alex, so... Ooh. At some point I'm going to click on it. I don't know when. The other thing of note, I think I will immediately do it. No? Okay. So anyone's paying attention will immediately notice I did something wrong, which is that every time you hit the load button, it puts you on the next tab on the save, like that happened that first time. And this is
See,
going to
loaded into
repeatedly
that.
occur in these videos, where I will click load, not pay attention, and realize I'm now on an old one.
And get confused for a minute, looking around like, what?
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, this doesn't seem right. Wait, what's going
Why
on?
is Sammy here?
Is this one of those, like, memes? Is it a trick? No, it's just they wisely wanted to make it so that players would always shuffle their save state so it's done automatically, but then they set it to the load so it just puts you on the last one. Level 5, oh Jesus Christ. In the most recent time I've put into the game, I'm level 12.
Oh lord.
This is kind of fresh for me at this point because I've been so far. Like, yeah, I don't even have. At the point that I'm playing, I have officially the full party minus Vela. So, oh, and Essentia. And I guess Asuka. I gotta stop calling her Asuka. It's just funny to me. Why of all names did they pick Asuka? Why not Rei? If you're at least gonna pick an Evangelion one, why not the other one?
Is there any other kind of pop culture Asuka?
Oh no, a thick mommy GF. Why? I think there's a couple ones in the animes. I couldn't tell you though. I don't pay attention to these things. You know, I only look at good anime. What are you laughing at?
Because you only look at good anime unless I get to pick the anime.
Yeah, and then we watch fucking like
Shield Hero.
God, was that a bad... Oh, here's something I noticed. It's also deeply annoying to the extent that I might have to lower the audio. The cars no longer work. They used to move, and now they only spawn when you leave Alex's house, and they only sit in one place at a time.
Just idling and honking.
Yeah, idling and honking at you, and it's so ear-jarring. Here's another one. But they're not moving anymore. They used to, like, drive around and crash into things and glitch out. So my first thought is obviously I need to figure out why the cars don't work.
Not, oh hey, we get to go talk to Vela now.
Yeah, I just want to know why the cars aren't working. I mean, the cars always sucked and were bad, and they didn't need to be here. Like, I get it was meant for the immersion, but then I run back and realize, wait a minute.
It's gone.
Look, they're just gone. There's no more cars. Cars gone. I don't know what causes the cars to spawn, but it appears that leaving Alex's house must be the key, and they just don't have movement anymore. So now they're just horrible honking assholes.
They really could have gotten away with not having any cars.
I immediately forget that I'm supposed to be going to the bus stop because that hint system is pretty handy considering this game does have a tendency to be pretty wordy and then you forget what the hell's going on.
They're pretty wordy and the protagonist, which you do not want to listen to.
Okay, you boys ready? I got us the tickets already. We just take this bus to the first stop outside Frankton, and then it's just a 4-mile walk to Intown.
A 4-mile walk sounds really nice right now. Unfortunately, there's so much snow outside.
Yeah, yes, it's the one that once walked,
it,
what, 7 hours to a partially abandoned town?
It was 7.5 hours.
Yeah.
There were people living there, it's just that it used to be a big town, and then the factory burned to the ground.
As factories do.
Especially because it was a coal manufacturing factory. Charcoal, specifically.
When we sat on the bus with Vela and began to talk, it felt as if she was a different person. The edge to her personality had dulled a little bit, and she seemed almost happy to see us. We were just leaving.
I like how he says that and she's making that face, because that's her neutral expression for some reason.
This is very relatable to me.
She was an only child.
All of this is just shit that was on the forums. So, one of the points I would make is that, like, if you are somebody who is interested in this and was able to get over the fact that this is all just a Lisa Lamb fan fiction, you would then be introduced to this scene where they take a spoon and they feed you like a baby.
Where exactly did you find out all this?
On Onisim, obviously.
I read about it in a Korean newspaper.
Are you Korean?
No.
This line
Do
does
I
not
look
leave,
Korean?
of course.
It's hard to say. You look vaguely ethnic?
Aw,
That's
masterpiece.
what you're going
What a
with?
funny read.
Maybe it'd be best if you just didn't mention race again.
Yeah, it would
Somehow
be good
it
if you
comes
never
off
did that
so
again,
unbelievable.
Alex. Unfortunately.
I just meant, like, you know,
It
exotic.
was exotic.
None of the other girls around here look like you.
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Please, just stop. This is seriously uncomfortable now, Alex. Anyway, my boss at the Frankton Arcade is Korean, and he always keeps newspapers around. I saw the picture of Sammy and asked him about the story. I called the police and asked them if they'd seen the video, and they said that the detective in charge of the case would get back to me shortly. This was 4 days ago. I find it unlikely he ever will.
I'm not surprised, really. It's almost like no one cares that she's missing.
I'll check through more newspapers, though, see if there are any leads.
There aren't.
Might not be a
How many
bad idea
leads,
to try and
excuse me,
talk to
how many
one of the
newspapers
reporters
are there
after we
available in
visit
Frankton?
Waytown.
Apparently, there's an entire
I didn't
Korean
see
one
it
for
at the
some
time,
reason.
But something felt off. The Sammy
I think that, if I recall correctly, this is supposed to be set in Pennsylvania.
Moved to a small town and worked for a television station. People who don't know what
I could be
elevators
wrong.
are
They say what
usually
state
aren't
they're in
people
at some
such as
point.
My Sammy, like a Sammy in the newspaper, may have looked
Yeah,
the
and
same,
if you were paying
but there was
attention
a
to the
difference.
forums, you would already know all of this. So this dialogue is mostly just for the cheap seats, but the cheap seats don't care. So you're wasting your time.
Holy cow. So how far are we again from Windtown?
A brief 4
Not too
miles.
far.
It's
4
like a
miles northeast of here.
20-minute
No need to
walk.
cross any more
A
highways,
20-minute
so if we
walk,
approach
more like,
one,
I don't know,
we're
2
going a long
hours?
way.
No,
Okay.
it's 4 miles.
Let's do
It's not
this.
that bad.
How fast can you walk a mile? Walk.
10, probably like 7 or 8 minutes.
That is
Depends on how much I'm hauling ass.
Yeah, because that's why I said walking. Because a 7-minute mile is
I walk.
running.
You've seen how I walk. I could do that.
Yeah, and you're not standard. Why are you using yourself as the example here when the average
Oh, are you
person...
calling me? Are you calling me special?
You are very special, sweetie, and the average person
Nah,
walks a
nah,
mile in
nah.
about 20 minutes, 25 if they're really trying to pace themselves.
Well, they're wrong. Should move faster. Yeah, I could go to Windtown, but I'm immediately like, what can I click on? What can I click on? What can I click on? This beach line is terrifying and strange, and I don't like it.
I think I'd like the water a lot more if they didn't have that attempt at a ripple effect.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, it's Computer Man.
And can we put Commuter Man in our pocket?
No.
I like his vibe.
Mm-hmm. So this is the exact moment that I realize I probably need to create a plan because this mermaid is gonna fuck my shit up. Also, do you like this no music? Sometimes instead of playing music, it's just this.
It's just like a subdued drum line.
It sounds like someone's bass is broken. And then a guy snapping his fingers because he's high and thinks it's music. Like, I want the music to be going bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, or something. I want to hear rats, rats, we are the rats. I want to hear
Oh, no,
something.
Not the rats again. It's been a week of rats.
What do you mean? It's just a song in this game. They got Jarma to do a song. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, anything at all. Just, like, this is not music. Well, okay, it is strictly speaking music, but this is not, like, keeping
Engaging
up the
combat
pace.
music.
Yeah, this isn't going to make me go like, yeah, combat. It's making me like, I'm sleepy. It sounds like I'm playing Signalis, which I frankly wish I was playing Signalis right now. Great game. I'm only like 2 hours in, but I'm excited to see what's happening with this robot lesbian.
Instead, we have to watch, Alex fight a mermaid.
Oh, we're gonna see some fucking weird monsters. They've added some new ones, and I, surprisingly, like some of them a lot. Although, I will say this. So, the equivalent game that I feel like they're trying to ape a little bit is Persona, and specifically Persona 3 and 4, which make use of the idea of shadows. Shadows being representations of human ego and psyche that have split off and become their own monstrous entities representing some fear or trauma or whatever. And they're cool as shit. And I think that the monsters in this game are supposed to represent a mixture of cryptids, pop culture ideas, and other things that would be floating around in the human mind, which is theoretically good, but then you just see bat. It isn't a weird bat, it's not a bat with some kind of it's just a bat, and it just makes a little bat noise. Like, why is it like this?
And bats are ever present in the human zeitgeist.
I don't think they are, though. I don't think most people think about bats in their day-to-day lives. They're bats.
Yeah.
I like
think
bats, but they're a bat.
I think it really depends
If it
on
was
where you
called
live.
if it was called like Bat Guy and he had a little Batman symbol on his chest or something, maybe they could get away with it being a something. But it's a bat. It's a bat. And then there's Mermaid, who is a mermaid. SMT also has a mermaid, and she's hot. A big fan. I would definitely let her suck my soul out of my ass.
Michael looks so dead-eyed going for the food briefcase.
Yeah, that food briefcase is going to start becoming a problem later. When I discover a terrifying truth about how the consumable system works. Did you know that Alex YIIK can eat money?
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll get there. That'll be a while from now. It's really hard to even create interesting, like, conversation over this because, like, nothing's happening. I mean, Vela died. I didn't even mention that.
We're just waiting for Michael to pull his gun out again.
Kind of. We'll get there. I do think it's very funny that the deep well attack being a well is a fire attack. That's something, I guess.
So I don't understand, what is the blackmail rumor mechanic?
It's essentially just a charm. You use it and it makes the enemy attack one of its fellows once or twice. Case in point. So a problem with postmodernism is that it doesn't have a real term or definition. It's a bunch of loose ideas conglomerated into something, kind of like RPGs. So when I say this, someone can immediately take and say, "Nuh-uh," but I'm gonna say making the fucking mermaid do fire attacks is stupid. It's so reverse, so one-step abstract. Like, okay, what if it was a crab? But instead of snipping you, it has a gun. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a water monster, but it does fire attacks. Wow.
I think it would be better if she was, like, I don't know, holding a Molotov.
Yeah, it feels like they could have gone a little further in making each of these designs have something to them besides just being a mermaid and a bat. And later on, there will be some more. There will be some designs that make my eyebrows wiggle.
Like, in a good way?
There's some good ones. There's one that makes me laugh so hard every time that I'm excited to see it. I think it might be in this dungeon. I honestly don't remember.
Alex is weak to mermaids.
Because it's water typed, but it's dealing a fire attack, so he's metal and as such weak to fire. Despite the fact that I would not actually argue that metal is weak to fire, but whatever, Pokemon logic.
What would you argue metal is weak to?
Rust.
That seems like a very,
Admittedly, that's just sort of like metal being weak to itself.
the consequence of being metal.
It should be weak to gravity, my favorite damage type. Thank you, Final Fantasy VII. Oh yeah. Man, this is so low energy. I just wish the music didn't suck. Because it would be so much more fun to look at, but it's just going... Why? This is why the randomized music is just a terrible fucking idea, because they could have a solid consecutive pace. Like, a common... I'm going to play it right now. Next time that fucking theme plays, I'm just going to play Mass Destruction from Persona 3. One of the complaints about Persona 3 and Persona 4 from some people who are wrong is that the theme are too... Oh, I just immediately fled because that went terribly. That's smart of me.
Scared of mermaid. Alex is scared of mermaid.
I fucking did want to get into another 5-minute fight, I'll tell you what. Is that those themes, because you listen to Mass Destruction over the course of Persona 3, maybe like hundreds of times, that it gets old and tiring, and to that, I say you're wrong, because it's a great track, and combat doesn't last more than 30 seconds. You usually just hear the, ooh yeah, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, oh baby, baby, and then the fight's over.
Hey, look! We're in Chicago!
By the way, this used to just be just a flat cutscene. It's a little funnier this time.
Did you just laugh?
Alex, I'm gonna stab you.
I think this is the first time I've heard you do that.
It looks like
I do
Michael's
it all
gonna
the
stab him.
time. Well, usually it's in my head, and normally it's aimed at you two.
I think I think having Michael in this shot just constantly looking back and forth adds a lot for some reason.
Yes, this is where we start asking any late-night street crawlers for information.
Yeah, and they all attack
How
us
do you
because,
propose we do that?
I mean, if
I'm the
Alex
first person
approached
and
me,
has
I would
been
probably
about
just
the girl
start
who
attacking
disappeared
him.
here recently. Pretty easy, actually. Just be direct, Alex. They won't bite.
Yes, they will.
Well, maybe they won't. This town is pretty suspect.
Okay, fair enough. Let's give it a try.
Is this where I immediately have a breakdown and realize I know how to break the video game, or is that later?
Michael looks like he is literally only here to meet his own ends. He doesn't actually give a damn about anything that's happening right now.
Yeah, he has a look like he's a little distant. It's very interesting. We'll see in a little bit when we talk to Rory. Look, he's got hooks for hands. I mean, that would be like a really shit life. How did you even wipe your ass?
Very carefully.
The clamshell method.
I mean, the obvious answer is just like this guy's got a bidet.
Good. It's delicious.
I mean, that's true. Also, the fact that he's a jock is kind of funny. Where did he lose his hands? And look, he also has the power of duplication. He knows Shadow Clone. I guess he's a Naruto fan. I wish watching anime gave me powers.
Do you think he lost his hands developing this technique?
I think it would be funny if he popped them off and revealed he actually just had hands under there. He's a Dark Souls 2 player.
This is an aesthetic decision he's making. His
He
sleeves
wanted
are
that
kind of long.
bonus. Yeah, he just needs that bonus plus 4 dex. Only the real Dark Souls 2 heads will know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm not going to explain. Fuck you, go play all of Dark Souls 2.
And then you can join the club.
I immediately think to myself, can I banish this guy? No.
Oh god, the old banish mini game.
Yeah, no, it's gone now. Oh yeah, I hated that fucking minigame. It was terrible. It was also random because sometimes the fucking thing would spawn underneath your little avatar. Oh, it was terrible. I also think they've added a good detail in the fact that the characters change their expressions based on what's going on. Like Michael's bleeding, so he looks worried now. See, this music's good. This is good combat music. It's got a little bit of a beat to it.
It's very jazzy in the way that people don't normally like want to think about jazz.
Also, I was hoping that killing him would make his shadow clones fuck off. They do not. It makes me think about that one My Hero scene. You know, it Twice.
Oh no, don't make me think about Twice. I don't want to think about Twice. I love Twice.
Spoilers for My Hero if you care. You probably should. I don't know. My Hero's pretty good for a shonen. But it is a shonen, so it's not like I'd be like, yo, you need to watch it. I'd be like, no, you need to watch Seirei no Moribito. Like Claudio talks about that fucking... Oh, we'll get there.
Does Moribito count as a shonen?
No, but I wouldn't recommend people watch shonen. By the way, Claudio's here for some reason. It made me momentarily like, oh my god, Claudio, will you join the party early? Please, 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 Claudio.
Poverty
Please, Claudio.
Pamela.
Yeah, I don't know. Fun fact, I'm gonna spoil something for all those YIIK heads who've been keeping up to date with this video and nothing else for some reason. They made Claudio into a dragoon. And he's great. He's a dragoon now. He's a Final Fantasy V style dragoon. He has a jump and everything.
Huh.
Yeah, I like him.
That seems like a significant improvement over whatever the hell they were doing before. Which I can't
Well,
even
I mean,
remember.
before he was meant to be like a damage dealer, but he would never out damage Alex, so who fucking cares?
What even was his weapon?
He uses a Boken.
Oh yeah. Does he still use one? Did they change it?
Yeah, of course he does. It's
He
great.
still do
I think
jumps?
fighting with a... Yeah, you know, he does fucking dragoon hops. Yeah.
This is the second time they've said women are so into glasses in the tip screen. This tip screen is getting to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm wearing glasses. Am I into myself? I don't know. Maybe. That is how autogynephilia is supposed to work, right? I gotta be all AGP for those conspiracy theorists to feel proven valid. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up the ContraPoints video and get prepared to cringe. So anyway, as I'm wandering around thinking to myself, I need like blood bags and stuff, I also realize, hey, wait a minute. If this is an Alex YIIK game, and sorry, Two Brothers developers, sorry, Axe Studios, I'm not very convinced you know how to stop people like me from doing whatever they want. So I very quickly realize, hey, wait a minute. I bet I can just swipe a bunch of bullshit. Oh, I walked right past it. I'm so dumb. There's a little prize. That fetus, I walked by one. I'll go back for it. Remember your mother and father together. Deeply unsettling imagery. Oh. It's just my render. Doesn't matter. It's a fucking tree. It's a aspect homestuck tree. Nice. Anyway.
Why are you just looking at Mr. Camera?
The camera? Because I think he looks cool. Also, I wanted to look at his butt. I was also thinking about the fact that he has a he has the triangle in his chest, like that scary Alex in that one shot. And it made me go,
Candles?
Yeah.
Candle imagery?
You melt candle. I'm just catching on to how many how many eggs there are. I'm sorry, foils. Makes me think about Kinder eggs, a thing Americans don't know about because you're too stupid to be allowed to eat them.
No, we still get Kinder eggs. We don't get Kinder surprise eggs.
Oh, okay. Wait,
the
so there's just no
surprise
toy in them?
There's just no toy in them. It's just a chocolate egg with cream in the middle.
There's okay. It's like a Cadbury egg.
Yeah.
Oh, look what I found. It's a baby. And it makes a coin, like a Mario coin noise. I think in the last video you asked to look at the fountain, so I immediately attempted to look at it. Didn't succeed. Momentary confusion about what the baby could be. Like, do I eat the baby? Hey, what the hell is that? Oh, look, a baby! So it appears that at this moment in the game, all of the babies have spawned, and it's meant to be progress locked based on how stupid you are. You know, if you actually waited to get them normally. But,
My favorite
we'll see.
Did you bring me a little something special?
That jumping animation is deeply unsettling.
Oh,
Like, it appears they're bouncing independently.
there you go.
But you can also see me get very excited that I get to open the eggs. So I'm like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You love opening things.
I love loot boxes. So I immediately like, okay, I'm gonna pick the weirdest egg positions. I'm not gonna go for the obvious ones because fuck you. I want to see what the weird ones are. Once again, I just steal a school book. That's all they ever drop, and I try over and over again just to see. I guess Crow is also a party member now. I wish I could keep Crow for normal gameplay. I think I'd actually keep him out. I like his abilities.
It feels so cruel to just be attacking her for this. Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, get used to it, because every egg I've opened so far has been her.
Oh no, I thought they'd be different ones.
No, it's just always beating the shit out of Allison / Carrie.
The changed prince.
A very important guy. Not as important as the poisoned apple, though. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave this room for a while. I'm gonna just wander around like a nutter, because I smell valuable upgrades, and I want them. Also, because that mermaid kicked the shit out of me, and now I don't want to, like, deal with that again. Surprisingly, that keeps happening despite the fact that I'm pretty sure I broke the game several times by the most recent video I recorded.
Read for me.
And that's that guy's card. So the changed prince has an effect that completely shuffles your hand and gives you 3 random cards. While that one is, he gives you an XP upgrade, or he gives you a passive XP bonus if the card survives combat. I don't know if it stacks. I haven't been able to determine that yet, but I have a couple copies at this point. I should stop talking ahead. No, I've only played up until the end of this video. Woo! Yeah, I'm fond of the changed print as it's a good emergency card. Admittedly, at the point, okay, once again, I need to stop saying that. It does seem like the cards matter a lot. Like, if you weren't gonna pay attention to them, you'd probably just fill your hand with cows and call it a day. But there's some interesting card combinations, and I immediately realize once I pick up the next card that I have a combo in mind. Also, they appear to have like an S-ling style. They keep saying more dialogue as you feed them more blood.
Also interaction between the different cards' characters.
Yeah, they like talk about each other. Jester and the king are fighting for the crown, unaware they are father and son. The king has forgotten the jester, and the jester is bib. The jester imitates you. It's deeply frustrating that I know. I totally did. I'm just gonna walk out without picking them up? Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I could have been more optimal than this. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna take a knife and just stab myself in the toes a few times.
For being bad at video games.
I'm being bad at YIIK I.V. It's not just any video game, it's the video game. Oy. Yeah, I give it to Vela because I don't seem to have like a plan for Vela. Take another little drinky just because I don't know.
I like this theme a lot. It's very cozy.
It's got the right amount of melancholy. I'm not fond of Windtown.
You should get married when you grow up just so you can experience the bliss of divorce. Hey, watch me find something secret by accident.
This is gonna cause you to throw cats at every, cut off doorway now, huh?
Yes, I am now paranoid that I may have found the sandwich bush, and I'm gonna have to keep checking in case there's another sandwich bush. And no, I don't know what the buried treasure is. It doesn't have any use, and you can sell it for 50 cents.
50 cents?
Oh, I'm gonna look at all these. Rip Jerry Kaufman, a humanist. Oh, what a clever reference. Project Offering. Oh. Dandy was a masculine man who eventually took his own life due to the societal expectation of naming conventions.
Rip JF, we're happy you're dead.
Oof.
Here lies Regina. She let out a sigh. The cat had rabies. She eventually died. I don't know what that... Rip Becky, a great friend. That's not even a joke. Here lies Andrew Allinson and Brian Anslins, who worked themselves to death. And then right next to it, Satoru Iwata, Satoru Iwata being the guy who ran Nintendo for a long ass time. He was, oh, and there's Carrie Manser, fucking Rory's dead ass sister. Yeah, I will, paraphrase Mr. Running Shine here. It's kind of weird to have they worked themselves to death next to an actual dead guy. You could have just not, and that would have probably worked a little better.
Why did you go back into the record shop?
I honestly don't know. I definitely had a plan in mind. I just don't know what it was.
Look, that child didn't attack you.
Oh, they only the ones set in this line of attacking you dialogue will. Wow, what a deep line. What a deep line. We came here hoping to find quarters and we realized money is a societal a construct meant to oppress us. Got any change? What a... I understand the joke, but it's so bare bones, and it's also not what people say about money. Like, that's not the point.
Money is fake. We made it up. It's all bullshit.
I'm not gonna start talking communism, because I'm A, not a communist, and I B, don't care. Hey, this song used to play all the time back in YIIK I.V. I think it's a nice song, but it does start to get annoying when it was one of the more common songs to hear.
And combat was so much longer.
Yeah, watch the change prints immediately break. We'll see that when we get back to Vela. See, look, she has 3 cards. Except when you look at my hands, I actually don't have 3 cards. Those 2 other cards are fake and not real and not actually there.
Huh.
Yeah, something broke. I don't know why. This is the only time it's happened so far. Not a good sign, though. Also, the underpaid cashier doesn't appear to have animations. She just sort of leans forward. They just rotate, swivel her fucking Z-axis. I have seen cashiers who look like that, though.
I don't have animations when I get off work either.
Yeah. You just text really fast about how your boss, we will not name, is trying to kill you. Via dishes.
They're trying to kill me while thanking me for helping out so much and working so hard. He's critically weak to a woman bitching about her job, much like yourself.
Yeah, don't compare me to Alex YIIK. How fucking dare you? Just because we're both gingers does not mean there's a correlation here. Despite me also being a pseudo-intellectual with far too many opinions.
Are you also a metal type?
I am a metalhead, or was anyway.
I know, the parallels are lining up.
I would have called myself a wind type, but wind's not a type in this game. Feel so alive right now! Her mom got fired, I haven't seen her in weeks. I hear she mostly works nights, if you know what I mean. Which is a weird sentence. They're saying she's selling her body for money, but she works nights, if you know what I mean. Deeply confusing.
And they were looking at the cards trying to figure out what that was about.
Yeah, why did that break? That it clearly says I get a new hand. What happened? Oh well. Look, there's a new person here. This kid with a gun.
Reach for the sky.
Wannabe cop. I was really hoping I could steal a gun off this kid, but I know he has a hard roll. Owie! Also, the gun pierces, which is not great. For me, anyway. Also, like Michael's gun that pierces.
I think it's much cooler when Michael does it.
Oh, you'll see.
And we'll all cheer and throw confetti.
The Handsome Thief card, which is one of my favorite cards so far. I obviously have given it to Alex once I get it, because Alex deserves to be a little sneaky shit cunt thief.
God, that gun sounds so loud.
I mean, guns are loud, admittedly.
Well, I know, I've shot one.
Wait, you've shot guns? You've never told me this.
Yeah, I went to a shooting range on a date with a guy once. It was weird.
That's a weird date.
Weird guy.
Did you shoot him?
No.
What kind of gun did you shoot?
I think there were...
Was it an assault rifle?
No. There are 2 different pistols and... I think a larger rifle? It was 2019. A lot's happened since then. All I remember vividly is that I cannot load a 9mm to save my life.
But that's like the easiest one.
It's because I have very weak hands.
You do have weak hands. They're so tiny too.
I do not have small hands. They're just weak.
Tall. I have small hands and you have smaller hands than me. You have like little hands like a Pokemon.
I do. I have Pokemon. Okay, what kind of Pokemon do my hands resemble?
Spinda.
Spinda. I have Spinda hands.
Yeah, you do have little Spinda paws. You also do Spinda animations regularly. I don't know if there's 1.6 trillion versions of you with different spot combinations around, though. I hope so. I'm gonna collect them all. You can see me clipping through the fence, trying to see if I can just jailbreak my way in early.
No, it's only a graphical break, not a boundary break.
You better believe I want to find a skip in this game so that I can get the speedrunners to name it something like Pizza Skip. Or Sticky Skip or something. I want my fucking I want to be immortalized in the YIIK speedrun when it hits games done quick.
Do you want to be invited on it to GDQ as a guest speaker?
Oh, if they would let me, I would love it. Oh, hi, Michigan. Would you like to be involved? Come here, baby cat.
What? I don't remember this map. This
Ow,
looks
because
really
it wasn't
good.
here before.
This looks excellent. What a skybox.
Hi, baby cat. Would you like to say something for the audience? This is Michigan, by the way. Hello. Say hello, Michigan.
Hi, Michigan.
Told you won't be able to hear, but she's grumbling.
Oh, yeah.
What, baby? You came over and meowed at me. You do not want to spend time with me? By the way, she's named Michigan because, I don't know, just look at her. She's a real Michigan. You would have also seen her being played with Casper in the earlier video. When I adopted Michigan, she was originally a little warehouse cat who was born on top of a pile of hardwood. You looking for Carrie? You have to beat that out of me. I don't know why. You could just say she's dead.
Girly, why do you have skull familiars? Can you teach me? I want a skull.
Oh, baby cat. Ugh, she just makes noises like that. This is just her perpetual sound. I actually wasn't even going to take her out of the litter. There was 5 of them, and I got them all adopted. I was going to take this little sweet white or lighter colored one, who I knew was clearly like the sweetest little pea ever. But Michigan was such a grumpy little fucker that at the time, her baby name was just Grumpy. I knew that whoever got her was going to have problems because she was so fucking... Well, I mean, listen to this. So, like, I had to be like, okay, I'll take this little gremlin. And, Casper helped raising her a lot, which really much helped, but unfortunately Casper taught her all of her behaviors, and that includes doing that all the time. Okay, Michigan, you're gonna ruin the recording. You need to shush, sweetie.
He taught her how to talk, but he didn't teach her how to stop.
Yeah, she only knows how to, like, make horrible screaming noises. Like, when she wants to play, she'll scream. When she wants food, she'll scream. When she wants in, she'll scream. When she wants out, she'll scream. Yeah, baby cat. Wait, can I give you a little smoochie, baby? Can I give you a little baby smoochie? Okay. Yeah, you're ruining the recording, sweetheart. Let them go. I love beating up punk chicks, despite the fact that she doesn't look very punk to me. I'm gonna guess the Allensons don't even know what a punk is, so...
Okay.
They probably just think it's, like, adjacent to goths. Mom says you have to do something pretty bad to get a nice house like the... There was a prompt on the left that says, find new skills, which appears to be, hey, stupid, you missed some. To which I went, I'm stupid? I missed some? I should go look. And boy, did I miss the important one that would have made these fights easier. fucking 8 XP away from a level up. Michigan. Baby cat, quit it. I can hear you. Stop chewing on wires over there. Be good. She wants me to come play with her. Tuna's also over there, and they're both staring at me with this, come on, please, pretty please.
Sorry, girls. It's YIIK time.
Yeah, sorry, sweethearts, who are always demanding I play with them at 3 in the morning. So I picked up a power, didn't I? Did you see what it said?
It was base drop.
Oh yeah, that's Vela's AoE. It's pretty not good. It's fine though, it's at least an AoE. Yeah, so you're clearly meant to break the rocks here in order to get over to this, but being me, I was like, well, I mean, you gave me an air jump. You think you're gonna stop me? God couldn't stop me. So I immediately grabbed the most important ability in the game,
Oh my
which allows
God.
Michael to blind the party and draw his gun. It turns out that blind qualifies for allowing Michael to pull his gun out. So while enemies can also do it, I can just blind the party so that Michael can shoot people. At this moment, I'm thinking, oh, that's kind of useful, but I mean, what's the value? I still have to get through all those goddamn cartas. There's so much effort involved, and the gun doesn't always pierce. There's a good odds that it's just gonna fuck me in the end. This is only mildly useful, maybe. However, as I continue onward, things are going to progress wildly towards my build plan, which I have labeled Superstar Micheal. And I can't wait. Checking to make sure there's no babies hiding anywhere. Also, I mean, do you even need to comment on the symbolism of giving that woman babies so that she'll give us power-ups?
Specifically fetuses.
Mm-hmm. Magic fetuses, which will later attack us in a dungeon, because, I don't know.
Truly.
Yeah, you'll see. They are part of a fight where I nearly lose. I think I'm also still missing one. There's probably one on my left right now. No? Where was it? There was one I know I missed one for a while and only stumbled into it later.
My favorite gamer.
My favorite gamer.
Bring me a little something special. Let's see.
I prefer when she's in that pose and not doing the horrible bouncing one.
Here you go.
I don't know who thinks that bouncing is sexy, because it's really not. Oh, look, I'm that blind. You can see me do a little spin because I get excited whenever I find one.
My favorite
Look, there's a
gamer.
crow. Oh, right. I broke the game. So, for some reason, I broke Jocasta so that no matter what I do, whenever I press X, it brings me to Jocasta, and the other buttons no longer work.
Oh no. You gotta get out of the
Yeah.
mine dungeon.
Yeah, how do I get out of the fucking mine dungeon? So I start panicking at this moment. Because well, not at this moment. And before I was like, okay, so it's just like the crow leads me to Jocasta for some reason. That's weird, but whatever. I'm gonna get that baby. I know how to get that baby. I'm a real jump man. Jump bitch. Jump.
So long, Bowser.
Can I say?
So long, Bowser.
Do you think I'll get in trouble for calling myself a slur at all?
I think you will.
Yeah, I probably will just censor it with like a wahoo noise again. Keep them guessing. So I'm at this moment like, okay, I don't see like a way up, but what about these chairs? Oh, they have physics? Oh. Hey, Lamau. I don't know if I was supposed to wait to get up here, but I don't give a fuck. I got me another baby. Power up door. Dragon Quest well.
My favorite gamer. Oh.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna open this
My
egg,
favorite
right?
gamer.
Oh wait, I can't? It just keeps bringing me back to Jocasta?
My favorite gamer.
Over and over, watching her bounce
How many times
with
did
her
you do
weird...
this?
I keep thinking to myself, maybe if I wiggle right, or like, if
You'll
I
manage
do
to
something
reset it?
else, yeah, it'll reset. So I start
My
trying
favorite
things. And... no.
My favorite
This is me
game.
trying to think about whatever could potentially cause a reset. That's not working.
My favorite
What?
game.
So, how do I even leave?
My favorite gamer. Let's see.
So after several moments, I'm like, okay, this might do it. If I talk to Jocasta, maybe that'll fix it. And then I press it a few times, and she doesn't reappear and torture me. So I realize I must be free, and I am. I'm just checking to make sure there's no feet eggs, because there was a foot egg over there, and I don't know if there'll be further foot eggs. Wouldn't want to be deceived by a foot egg. A lot of feet shots in this game now. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but I bet it is.
I mean, it seems on trend with we need to make this weirder.
Mm-hmm. Bonk. I love turning my sister into a skeleton.
The poison apple.
Yeah, here she is. Misses the key part of my entire gameplay strategy from now on. I'd be actually curious to see what other people's play styles turn into, considering this is pretty freeform. And depending on what you do and how many babies you unlock and which cars you pick, you could definitely get some different playthroughs of this game, which is a sign of a good RPG. That's why Final Fantasy V is so good. Most of the Final Fantasies before a certain point. 14. What was that sound?
Must have been the
whatever.
wind.
Must be imagining things. Killing my sister got me a hamburger, a silver spoon, which it looks like a Trump baby to me. I don't know if it's actually a Trump baby, but boy, it looks like a Trump baby. Allison or Carrie? Wait, what is her name? Really? Is she simultaneously Carrie and Allison? If you might notice that every time I fight her, she gets more HP. She seems to be hitting a little harder. The Hungry Traveler. Not a very good card. Oh yeah, here's me having the moment. So, the Poison Apple makes it so that you're stuck in a bleed state, but all of your attacks pierce.
Oh.
And the Hungry Traveler makes it so that you're in a bleed state, but your item effects are doubled. Oh, and the Silver Spoon gives you more cash. So, the Hungry Traveler effect is nearly worthless as far as I can tell, because I don't want to double items, really, and that's already a passive effect that Chandra gets, so who cares? But the Poison Apple means that Michael's gun can auto-pierce. And this is where the moment in my brain I'm thinking, I'm crafting. And I'm suddenly realizing, what if Michael's the main character?
What if I can make Michael the main character?
I think he might be. I mean, if you see some of the art for this version of the game, sorry for the yawn, you'll see that it definitely looks that way. And there she is up there, by the way. I'm a gift for Princess Amelia. She will know my sweet crunch. And then there's the horrid baby that I don't like looking at too much because,
Horrible baby.
Celebrate the Silicone Age. The princess will remove her well from her chest, I think.
Didn't that say
I'm getting
veil?
I think it was Veil. I'm getting far too EB considering. I put some caffeine in my body, but maybe it wasn't enough. Also, I can't fiddle with their, build until I leave the dungeon. Also, it appears that Crow holds onto the cards you give him. So you actually have to go back in to pull them out from him. And here's me immediately going, okay, how do I make this work? And this is also the moment where I'm counting and I'm going, wait, why is there a missing double HP card? Where the hell is it? And it's on the crow.
Also, when you come up here, look, they're here for a minute, but once you step off the platform, it seems to automatically trigger the crow to join your party. Which is weird. Also, for some reason, he has the poison apple, and the other lady card is back in my inventory, which doesn't make any sense. Because that's not what the... Whatever. You can see I'm excited. I'm ready to try out the gun on a mermaid. So I go running to find a mermaid to shoot.
Instead of progress.
Of course not. I'm gonna go shoot a mermaid. I have a bone to pick with that mermaid. I don't like being showed up by random goon NPCs.
I came in here because clearing at the dungeon will get you a hot reward. So I wanted to get the reward. Alex! Shoot him. Shoot him, Michael. Bang! Come on, Michael. Also, I started building Michael for speed so that he would kill things faster. You might notice I have no ways of clearing debuffs. I don't know if I'm missing the debuff clearing card, but bang! The bat is dead. But the strategy becomes obvious.
Bleed for me.
Once again,
they
though,
put
this
more-
terrible sound. What?
Did they put more detail into Villa's base? Excuse me, Keytar.
I don't know.
I feel like
Why-
it didn't
why
have
do
all
you
that writing on it before.
Maybe. I don't know. You rarely ever saw it in detail because the combat camera was fucking terrible. Come on, me. Come on, yeah. This is why, by the way, I've been calling it Superstar Micheal. Because these are his two posse, like, gang
His
members.
bodyguards.
Yeah, they're just here to make sure that Michael can do his job, which is shoot mermaids in the face. In this case, it doesn't look super optimal because I definitely could have just beaten it to death. But
It's the first step.
also, yeah, also the blind does have a chance to make you miss, but what will make you miss is pretty unclear. Another detail is that the piercing effect is only on base attacks and not on your skills. A deeply depressing piece of information. Bang! Which, sad, because then photo shoot can't be used as a boosty, but whatever. Who cares?
Oh. Well, that's also
Also,
right.
yeah. Turns out there's soul survivors in here now. And they drop something called Stardust when stolen from. I immediately am like, ooh, free Stardust. I don't know what it is yet, but I like the phrase free Stardust, so I start stealing a bunch. I'm pretty sure that Michael can still just shoot it with his gun to kill it, but I don't have proof of this. I think maybe I do shoot him. I honestly don't remember what I do in this situation. I was pretty confused to find a soul survivor in here. Yeah, no, I just bothered. I just go fuck it, get rid of him. Whoa.
Much cooler vanish. Feels good.
Yeah. You don't have to press all the stupid buttons and play a little fucking shitty arcade game. There's a puzzle here. Ooh, puzzle. I'm pretty sure I don't even, like, do the puzzle correctly and I just break it. Because of course I do.
What?
These zones kind of
Sonic?
remind me of...
What?
Oh yeah, here's my favorite character ever, Shitty OC.
Oh god.
So, do you remember my favorite thing about Sonic and Super Smash Bros?
Oh no. No, I don't.
It's the fact that he has two taunts and that because of how he's like a weird zoner. He's a zoner character. Come on, step it up. You're too slow. He just takes a bunch of attacks really fast and does the next to no damage and just constantly spams garbled versions of his taunts from Smash Bros, which is extremely funny. So if you've ever played Brawl, which you shouldn't because it's not a very good game, the thing about Sonic was that he was this kind of mixture of a zoner style character where he doesn't want you to, like, he wants you to approach him. He does not want to approach you. So what a lot of Sonic players would do is they would just hang out in the back and constantly taunt their emotes to force and annoy you to go after them. So they would just go, come on, Sonic speed, step it up, you're too slow, and it would drive you insane.
Then you just have to fucking kill them in real life.
Yeah, here's Shitty OC literally doing that. By the way, this is me realizing Stardust is a 90% heal PP item. Or is it 90 PP? I don't know, it's great. It's very valuable and I want it. Sonic speed. I might be saying modern speed. I don't know if it's actually the line from Smash Bros. I hope not, because I'd get in trouble for it, but
it's incredibly
it's funny.
garbled.
It's very funny. I'll say that. I think that this is probably my favorite of the newer designs for a monster in this game.
I think it's perfect. If I could get a plushie of this thing, I'd put it up on the shelf.
Yeah, next to your Homestucks and your Fat Cat.
Uh-huh.
And your one-to-one, yeah, your one-to-one replica of Lapras.
Oh, if only. I'd sleep on a big Lapras plushie.
It would take up an entire room.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, step it up. Oh, Shitty OC is actually relevant to the plot, by the way.
Is it Rory's Shitty OC?
How did you already guess it?
Because I'm very intelligent.
You are. You're correct. It, in fact, appears to be the psionic resonance of Rory.
Oh, God. Oh, no, we're gonna shoot Sonic with a gun.
I mean, I saw the opportunity to shoot Sonic with a gun, and you know what I wanted to do. Yeah, this is me confirming an unfortunate truth. That the piercing does not work on photo shoot. And then I will forget this fact because I'm me. So I have no earthly clue how you're supposed to solve this. Because if you step on that purple gunk, it turns off your abilities. So you can't use your tools. So even if you put your thing up, how are you going to get across the gap? Do I solve it correctly, or do I immediately just go, oh, okay, fuck you, and figure out some kind of... Oh, I consult the computer man for advice. Yeah, I just do this instead. Hey, look, it's the babies. Yeah, this fight's gonna go for a while. I'll definitely have some fun music in the background instead of this dump crap. So the Divine Spirits mostly just use a heal ability constantly, which is going to make this fight go for fucking ever. Because... obviously, they heal for more than I can reasonably do damage. Also, they constantly do these fucking cutaways that are very annoying. Hey, did you see that did 129 damage?
No wonder you have been afraid.
This is me attempting to ponder how the hell I keep people alive in this situation. We need like a topic, because we're going to be here for probably the rest of the video.
Oh god. Oh god, this is a oh, this is like a 10-minute fight against these fetuses?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because the fetuses are just going to constantly keep doing their little restore crap, which I think is restoring their cards.
Oof.
I don't know how they work exactly, but I can tell you I don't like them.
I mean, if they're restoring their cards, then the answer would seem to be, as it always is, to shoot them with the gun.
Yeah, I haven't at this point figured out my strategy, as I said, but the answer is I drink a birch beer to get my MPP back, Alex uses Panda Barrier, and Michael pulls out his gun. Unfortunately, Vela doesn't really help this like situation very much for trying to boost Michael.
Didn't Vela you like before you in the base game before you get LP toss set up? Isn't Vela like the main hitter?
She does hit for slightly more, but it really everybody does about the same damage. I mean, I didn't get deep enough into the game the multiple times I attempted to play to really get a good grasp on like if there was any value to the other characters. I just started spamming LT toss because
What else would you do? Why else would you do anything else?
yeah, it's a bad game. You don't want to do that. Base drop. See, that's an AoE. It says it's supposed to hit everybody. It didn't. And I don't know why it sometimes does and sometimes doesn't. There's some kind of arbitrary rule in place.
I feel like this combat and this music is trying to put me to sleep. What
I know, that's probably why we're so.
What can we talk about?
We're so low energy because it's like this fucking sleepy sound. Like this is shit you'd put on like binaural beats to make you sleep. I don't know what. This is what I mean by the fact that I don't know what the fuck's wrong with the Allison brothers because they make these decisions like this that make you go, why? Who thought this was the song to put here? Why? It's terrible. It would be fine as like a sound in a bar at 2 in the morning when you're trying to get everyone to go to sleep and leave. But you're attempting to make this a game that's an RPG and fun. So instead, this
feels like a backing track to a larger song that for some reason they cut out and put in like the mix of potential music. For some reason, like this should go into something more.
I would rather How to Vex Your Enemies is playing right now. I would rather it was just the bass theme. Anything. And it's so strange because at this point I think the combat has at least left me in a situation where I'm actually like now thinking. Like I'm like, what should I do? How do I fight this goddamn fetus baby fight? And admittedly the answer is I should have just wailed on one of the babies from the start. And instead I keep
splitting your damage.
Because I've been trying things, and then every time I look at them, they're fucking healed again. However,
so hard. The answer is simply you have to kill the baby.
See, I was thinking if I killed the mermaid, then they'd stop being a threat. And since I have Michael with his gun, I'm thinking, okay, if I handle the damage dealer, I can't die, and then I can just wail on the babies with Michael's gun. Yeah, and those missings aren't doing great. Unfortunately, something I wasn't paying attention to immediately is that the mermaids resist Michael. Oh god, we need to talk about something. Let's like a politics or a news or something.
That's how I feel about politics in the news right now. Is oof, oof, ow, my bones, my soul.
Ooh, ooh, owie, owie, pizzowie, ooey, booey. That's how I feel. Let me look at the front page of Reddit right now.
Oh lord.
U.S. Marines descend on the Mexican border.
Oh no.
Trump keeps saying he wants to take over Canada. Yeah, let's stop with that.
No, that's a horrible idea. We're never gonna do it again.
Let's have a 35-minute discussion about how fiscal responsibility does not exist anymore.
Let's have a 35-minute discussion on the failure of Blue Mage in Final Fantasy XIV.
Well, I mean, that doesn't take that long. EA lost $6 billion in market value following FC 25, which I think is the soccer game, and Dragon Age. Which, good. Dragon Age Dreadwolf is a terrible fucking idea. If listener, if you aren't aware of this, Dragon Age Dreadwolf is the 4th game in the Dragon Age series, in which the first 3 games' main selling point, well, the first game's selling point was that it was just really good, is that your choices in Dragon Age Origins and 2 and Inquisition were all supposed to be congealing so that you would have things from your previous game playthroughs coming up. You would see your character from from DA1, choices you make, characters you saved, etc., etc. So not only did Dreadwolf remove all of that, but it was simultaneously attempting to sell itself on the fact that its main plot is based around one of the characters from Inquisition who was not popular, and if you did not play or interact with the character, you would not know this was happening until the final moments of the DLC, where he suddenly goes, haha, it was I was the Dreadwolf all along. I am the wolf that shall bring about the apocalypse, or whatever.
Oh, is this
So
the
already-
DLC to Veilguard?
No, this is the DLC for Inquisition. So Veilguard is based off of that plot, despite the fact that the average person who played these games probably didn't even meaningfully interact with Solus. And now, on top of that, they're simultaneously like, no, this is a great place for you to come in. Also, none of your choices matter anymore. Also, it's not really an RPG, it's more of like a character action game with RPG elements. Also, look, Varric's here again. We won't stop bringing out Varric for some reason, despite the fact that he's been in 3 games now. So, it doesn't have a plan, so nobody wanted to play it.
Oh my god, you finally
and
killed one.
I know, I finally killed one. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. Concerned Ape says he can keep updating Stardew Valley 50 years from now. Good for you, buddy. I like making Doom games. Doom the Dark Ages won't be the end, says director Hugo Martin. Yeah, I bet you love money. Oh, are we, I don't have to talk about Pathfinder Kingmaker? Why did I press base drop here?
Because you like watching her throw a base.
It is very funny. It's charming to watch her do it. Okay. Look, there's a chest.
There's a cow in
And
the
I get,
chest.
yeah, you get an extra card. This is what put me on the path of wanting to do them, despite the fact that most of the early game dungeons have a single high-level enemy in them. But now I got double cow. That's good. Cow's like the tank.
I mean, much better value than in fucking anything else in the old dungeons.
Oh yeah, they would just give you like a shitty upgrade item that would influence your damage by like 2%.
Now we finally get to talk to Rory.
No, that's the end. This is the end of the video, Tol.
Oh god.
That's next episode. I
Next
wasted so
episode.
much time fighting
Entire
that
episode.
stupid mermaid. Yeah, I'm not saying I did a good thing here. I should not have done that.
It's impressive.
We could have cut
honestly.
this, but we're not going to. Luckily, we'll be recording that next video immediately. You want to take a break? Fuck you, Tol. Let's
Okay.
go.
No, I need to stretch, please.
No, we're gonna go. Say bye, Tol.
Bye.
Bye.